Super Mario Land 2. If you don't like the song, sucks for you. It's all that you hear. It's all that'll play, so sit back and enjoy the show. Hey folks, it's Stefan, back again with another episode of the Gamer's Companion to Music. That's right, we're kicking it old school with Super Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy. This game was recommended to me by my roommate from grad school, and it was my first foray into the Mario series for Game Boy. I quite enjoyed it. The music adds its own unique character to Mario that was very refreshing. Now don't get me wrong, I love the Super Mario Bros. Theme, but I've definitely heard it more times in my lifetime than I'd care to admit. Super Mario Land 2 takes the music in a completely different direction. Let's take a look. The music was composed by Kazumi Totaka, who would go on to compose music for games like Mario Paint, Yoshi's Story, Luigi's Mansion, Wii Sports, and Animal Crossing. The music very much follows a theme and variation style, hence the opening song I sang for you. This just means that you hear a main theme, and then mostly all of the other music is a variation on that particular theme. You might hear the melody broken up into pieces, you might hear different arrangements of it in instruments, or you might hear it in a different time signature. Things like that. All of these variations on the main theme can help spice up a melody so the listener doesn't get bored with the same music over and over again. So here's the main theme. This is what all of the level themes are based on. Now, I didn't say some of the level themes, I said all of them, with one exception. In the game, there are 6 main worlds with about 3 or 4 levels in each. Interestingly, the music isn't tied to these worlds, it's tied to the style of individual level. For example, overworld levels have certain music that plays. Then if you're in a cave or underground, there will be different music that plays in those levels, regardless whether you're in Pumpkin Zone or Turtle Zone or Tree Zone. The basic structure of each level's theme is the variation of that main theme, and then a short little transitional piece that brings us back to that main theme again. It's like an A-B structure. The pieces are very short and they loop over and over. The first variation on the theme is in standard overworld levels like the first level in Tree Zone. This is your cookie cutter 4/4 time, very forward moving feeling. We hear a constant stream of notes in the accompaniment. Now always be listening for that main theme in these. The treetop theme is pretty cute. The extra sounds that are used add some cool flavor to the music here. The music uses much shorter note durations to create this effect of bounce to the music. The next is the seashore music. The melody actually uses some very high-pitched half-step intervals that create a clashing sound. In the right context, this technique can be very effective. But if you use half steps poorly, it gets really bad really quick. Here, I'll show you. Not good. In this case, however, it works because of how high-pitched they are, like this. And now here's the whole theme in its entirety. The next one is called Machine, and it has this cool shuffle style beat to it. It plays in a few levels, and it's not completely clear to me what the level's connections are to have this one play in them, but it's a pretty cool beat that quotes the main theme. The next one is called Graveyard, and it plays in a lot of the Pumpkin Zone, as well as in underground cave levels. There's so much silence and space to the music that creates that slightly spooky feeling. Also, the sound effects in this one help add to that effect. We hear these right from the outset. Now, believe it or not, all of those sound effects are in time with the music, which is pretty cool. Haunted House plays in the last level of the Pumpkin Zone, and it's the first of the level themes to change into a 6/8 triplet feel. You can hear those bouncy triplets, mostly grouped in a 2+1 thing that gives more weight to the first note, and that makes the song sound bouncy. The Moon level keeps with the main theme, but it's in a triplet one-beat feel. It makes the music sound like it's swaying back and forth. As you listen, try swaying along, and I guarantee you'll feel that too. The music is very light and in a very high range. The Star Maze is awesome. This is the level that completely departs from the main theme. You've got this almost disco-style trance beat going on, and the rhythms push you forward. I love this theme, and I think because so much of the other music is so similar to itself, this particular song stands out more and more. It's a shame it's only in an auto-scroller. Turns out when you game over, you lose all your golden coins, so I sucked just enough not to get to the Wario Castle. However, the music in the Wario Castle actually sounds really imposing. Take a listen. Even the boss music has that same theme in it. Every world has a boss at the end, and the same music will play for all 6. So let's recap all of the instances of that main theme from each of the levels, one right after another. And that's about it. Seriously, when I started researching, I always asked myself, what am I going to say about this game? As I'm listening to the full soundtrack, I honestly had to do double takes when multiple times I was like, wait, did I already hear this? And the answer was, well, actually yes, in a way. You can call this technique theme and variations or using a leitmotif. Either way, it's taking one of the main themes and using it in slightly different ways throughout a game to musically tie aspects of the game to one singular idea. Check out the Undertale video for much more on this. That'll do it for this episode of The Gamer's Companion to Music. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Want more Gamer's Companion to Music? Click the playlist here.